What the shit? And hello, thank you for tuning in. This is Lala Madness for another moment of madness. Don't even quite know what episode this is. I'll have that up for you later. However, just going in, couple things have been on my mind today. So here I am back for the third time, and it ain't even 12 o'clock yet. Let's do that. So now, one thing I did want to talk about was class levels. Okay, you have your low class, your middle class, and your upper class. Then you have your upper middle class too up in there somewhere. So and your elite class. Let's not forget the top of that pyramid there. Okay. So now anyway. Now, the low class, as we know, is usually the poverty-stricken areas. And that is usually between $0 and $31,000 a year. Now, if you live in California, I do understand that may differ due to the cost of living being very high in places like New York and other places that the cost of living is extremely retarded. Dumb, stupid, don't make no sense, because that is a crazy amount where your rent and everything else comes to an enormous amount, and you still end up making a certain amount, which doesn't add up. So you have to make a lot more money, obviously, in order to cover that. Okay, so your cost of living in a couple states may be higher. All right. But just the general national average. Now, your middle class usually ranges, well, your lower middle class is 31,000 to 42,000. Okay. That's like those sub compartments, a lower middle class, like your sub compartments. Okay. Your actual middle class is generally like your 50 to $100,000 range. Okay. And you are considered a high earner, or in your upper middle class, from like the $100,000 to $188,000 range. You still middle class and you making 100 stacks. Tell me how. I thought you was rich, but apparently not. Now, the rich is your people that's like, elite. They like the 350,000 and now, to some people, 350,000 is still a sneeze. Like, they can go and buy a house for 350,000 cash right now. Like, and not even think about it. Like, some of us, if we look at a $350,000 transaction, like, we about to just fall out the chair. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? 350 right now? Like today? That's all coming out. That's not coming out in installments and none of that. 350. Now, at the end of the day, yeah, they doing it. It's some people that's doing it. Them is the rich folks. Okay, you're elite. The people that got a little change, that's nothing. And we're not talking about getting it on a loan, because people can get houses and house loans for $350,000. I get it, but that's it. That ain't owned by you yet. That's the bank. We got a loan, because the minute you fuck up, the minute you lose that job, the minute something don't go right, you ass out. Okay, let's be clear on that. All right, now. And you got to have money now to refinance. Like, how you going to charge me to refinance and get some of my own money out my own house that I done built equity in? What did you think? Anyway, it's a crazy world out there, ladies and gentlemen. However, back to this class level thing. Now, the benefits that different class levels receive, because what I want to figure out, and I'm going to give you as well at the end of this, my personal opinion on what class level benefits more and which one actually has it the hardest. Now, your lower class, or poverty as they call it, or 0 to 31,000, and of course higher for certain areas, of course, is that, okay, would be your low income. Okay. Now, those are the people that will qualify for your things like grants, income-based grants. They qualify for things like scholarships, sports scholarships for their kids, some academic scholarships, field trips. If you don't make a certain amount, you can either prove that or sign an affidavit stating that rather. And now your child does not have to pay for anything that is school related that costs extra outside of what is not covered in school. Okay. They generally might receive Section 8 housing, or low income based housing based on the income situation. Also, they might receive transportation assistance, via bus pass or via transportation to and from the doctor's appointments. Like they have the vans coming things for certain insurance carriers have that available. Your health care is generally paid for or at reduced cost, like less than $10 a month if you fall within a certain bracket. Okay, to free. All right. And some will qualify for TANF or temporary assistance for needy families, which has been changed now to that as opposed to the old school welfare. Daycare assistance is generally provided, or some may qualify for daycare assistance, which that is when a portion of your daycare is paid for by a government entity and they pay for either all or the majority of your daycare, for whether that's weekly or monthly, whatever is set up in that fashion. There's also a free lunch. Excuse me, I'm just getting over a cold too. Bear with me. That's where I've been. That's why we catching up. All right. Now, free lunch. So we know, now I know I pay like $20 some a week for my daughter for lunch. Like I have to go ahead and cash her off a fresh 20 like every week. And Friday is questionable if she'll be back. Like, so on this day, I got a little bit of extra fry. And so, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to need to re-up ahead of time. So at the end of the day, free lunch is generally provided if you are within a certain income status. Okay, exams and field trips. Okay, we got those. And there are other things that may be covered that I may be missing that you would get free or at no cost to assist for the $0 to $31,000 range. Now, the middle class, which we know that is a wide range. Okay, they do not qualify for any of this stuff. They don't qualify. We know that those are the people that's making anywhere from your $31,000 a year range all the way up to $188,000. They do not qualify for any of this. Okay. Now, your higher income people, of course, they can afford all of this. Everything that we have named, whether it is housing, clothing, shelter, cars, transportation, and all that is taken care of. Their kids can go to private schools or can go to and make sure that they have all of their materials that's needed for schooling and things of that nature. That's not going to be an issue for them. So that is going to be taken care of. Now, your middle class does not receive any, like I mentioned, of those benefits. So they're going to have to pay for it, okay? Because they're going to tell you that you fall in between that line of you make too much in order to get any of the free services, but you're not rich to where the money that you have to pay is not an issue. So now just let's do the math. So now the middle class, I'm going to show you how the middle class becomes the poor really quickly, really fast. They really operating on a poorer budget than the poor is. Let me tell you how. They're going to pay their full rent. Their rent is going to be paid cash out of whatever it is that it's coming out of, whether that's alimony, child support, going to work, whatever it is, it's coming out cash paid for, boo pay. 9 times out of 10, people don't go and buy cars just straight up cash. I did. I wasn't about to deal with no car note. I generally have only had maybe 1 or 2 car notes in my whole 36 years. Why? I don't do those. No. Just let me buy cash and I'm going to buy my business. But most people go get a car loan. That takes on an additional $300 or so a month, and you have to have full coverage, so take on an additional $200 a month. Now that's $500 in a car note and car insurance itself, on top of your rent. On top of, if you have to have either, if you're going through you got to have homeowners insurance and all this other insurance that's going to come with your mortgage, or you have to have your little renter's insurance, which is not that much. Okay. But now if you have a kid And God forbid people don't have just a kid nowadays. They have a few kids. Okay, so now that free lunch is no longer free. Now you are paying probably $5 a day for a child to have a lunch. If you have more than one child, that's going to be a stinger. I mean, $40 a week, which you think is not a lot, but one child is $80 a month. That's $80 extra a month. That is like a whole phone bill and then some. But it's your child. You have to feed them. They gonna eat again the food that you went and bought cash when they get out of school. You don't get food stamps. Because you don't qualify. So your food now, what's the average household bill? Now, when they give you food stamps, that is a supplement. And some people food stamps, they make last all month long. And some people household eat like they know it's a supplement and you got to spend cash anyway. But it does help, don't it? But if you are in that bracket, you don't get none of that. Oh, no. So you are now also paying for your groceries cash, along with your car note and your rent. Tally it up, get to clicking. Now you have to pay for your health insurance. You probably, maybe or maybe not a husband or wife or whatever have you, and you may or may not have children. The average income, a month is $300 and some that a family is spending on health care. Add that along with all the other things that I mentioned, along with your free lunch not having child. Okay, now also you don't qualify for daycare assistance. So now you may have 1 or 2 children and you now are paying daycare $800 or so a week per child. That's a low number. It ain't $100 and something a week. $100 a week. I'm lying. You got to do your own research. It's going to be different based on the United States of America being a geographical location, big as hell. Different places, different things, different prices. Do the math, research your own locality and what y'all daycare costs. At the end of the day, the middle class don't got it. So they cashing out for them 1, 2, 3, whatever kids they got. They cashing out for them. Okay. And this may or may not be a single family household. They have been promoting the single family household for so long. I'm not going to get into that either. Research that on your own. That a lot of it, not saying they are not married couples. I commend you. Please stick it out and raise the kids together as best you can. Even the step families. Raise them children and love them like they're your own. I really condone that. However, for those that are single, how you expect them to do this on a single person income? 1. And that's if she got a good job and a degree, which means you got a student loan. Boom, pal. Gonna catch the student loan that's gonna rack you about 30 stacks real quick. Ain't nobody said then they gonna hit the interest on it. Boop, boop, boop. Keep racking it up. How you doing? Take your taxes every year until you done with that shit. Play with them. Play with them. All right then. So now, factor in your student loan because you want to go be smart and get a fucking degree, didn't you? Boom. Yes, you did. All right. So now we got the no daycare, the no free lunch. And some people getting child support payments and some people ain't. That's a flip of a coin, a 50-50, depending on what kind of baby daddy you had. Or baby mama, because there's some daddies raising their babies too. So at the end of the day, depending on who you co-parented with. Let's just go there. Who did you decide to lay down with and get pregnant or get pregnant by? Somebody. Are they paying child support? Are they not? Do y'all have this equally arranged where somebody coming to see babies and things? The baby's going over to the mama and daddy house? Like, what's happening? Do we have this worked out? We need to get it together as a people, as a whole ass race. That you have children, then that means you need to take care of them, raise them, do what you need to do for them. If not, don't have sex. Condoms break too. That means you need to be nutting in your hand somewhere if you don't want to raise no kids that you going around producing. Period. They didn't ask to come here. Your ass deserved to throw a ball out there and play some fucking double dutch, nigga. That part. All right. Now, back to this. So we got healthcare, free lunch, field trips. Oh, field trips. You don't qualify for them free field trips and them. Oh, when your kid want to go and play basketball or play football or be a cheerleader, and if you make a certain income or under, then they get the waived sign up or the waived thing where they ain't got to pay for no equipment. Anybody? Oh, okay, that does exist. However, the middle class people got to pay for all that. That's coming right out that check. No. Yeah. Oh, that's what you thought. Yeah, no, it's coming up out of there. That part. And also, housing. Yeah. Grant scholarships. Oh, exams. I can speak firsthand about how exams are no longer exempt. So if your child does not get free lunch, say my child had to take an AP exam. She has several AP classes. So they tell me, the day before is due, by the way. Oh, yeah, so it's going to be, first they told me $50. I get on the website, it's $100. They give you an option to select the box. Does your child get free lunch? So I can't lie and be like, yeah, because the next question is, what day did you submit your application and get your free lunch approval? If you ain't got one, don't even click the yes button. Don't even lie. Just be like, she ain't got it. So that's what I did. She ain't got it. No free lunch over here. So, okay. What happened? I get finished with the registration and then it tell me $100, please. Thank you for coming. We gonna give you a receipt though. So now my child has several of these classes. So for every class that she has, I have to pay the $100 in order for her to get the credit. Now they decided that she was smart and needed to be in AP classes. Thank you. I appreciate it because some of those classes transfer over to college. And we have her in dual enrollment where some of her college, not some, fuck that. All of her college courses are going to also count for whatever she's going to be taking for high school as well. So we're making sure that those coincide. But I got to pay $100 every time I turn around and she need to take a test for one of these classes that's ending at the end of the semester. How many is it going to be? All together. Like, I need to start a fucking GoFundMe for just the testing process. That's not to include field trips and everything else. Like, y'all think that this is a joke. What do you mean? Because my child is smart. I am very happy about that. Very proud of her. She's gifted. Great. But being gifted costs. You want to penalize somebody for being smart that you decided that they need to be in a higher level class that could get them college credits. And then you want to tell them they got to pay $100 to get the credit. That is a setup. It's a scam. Then you tell them that, but if you low income, we could waive it. They could waive 2 college classes, 2 of them AP classes, I think, per year or something. That's all you need to take. I would tell them, look here, only give me 2 of them joints. But we don't have that option because it ain't free. It's $100. I even emailed the teacher, where does $50 come from that I was hearing about? Because the $50 will never, I ain't seen it. It ain't never say $50 when I logged in. I see the class here. I see all these AP classes. I see yours that she in. But I see $100 too. It's paid for, but my goodness. So we got to keep doing this? Oh, and we don't qualify for the exemption because she don't get free lunch. So you going to penalize her for not getting free lunch, so we got to pay $100? She already not getting free lunch. We paying $100 a month for her to eat. Hello? And then you have the upper class. They can actually afford all of this. It's not hurting them about a car. No, they going to get whatever they want fresh off the lot. Boo, pay for cash, boom, pal. They going to do all of that. They going to go start their business. What you mean they going to be worried about trying to get a loan to have some startup capital? Try to hope that they could drum up some business out here. Child, they going to be paying all the marketing costs, 100 stacks for marketing. I got 100 stacks for this building. We can get a little van to ride around and advertise to. What you mean? We could do deliveries. They gonna come up with all kind, and they got the capital for it, cash. They don't care. But if you can't do that, then it's a little, no, you can't do that. Middle class, because you paying for daycare, housing, transportation. I mean, it's harder. So really, if you take that salary and you take what these things cost per year, okay, we know what housing can cost per year, even if you round it to a stack of money. That's $12,000 a year. Out of say if you make 40, that drop that down. Now you got to pay for daycare. How much is that a month? Times 12. How much is your car note a month? Times 12. And your insurance times 12. How much is your child spending a month on food at school? Times 12. How much do you spend on groceries? How many hundreds of dollars a month? And I know it's hundreds of dollars a month because I don't get no food stamps. So I know how much it costs a month to fill up some groceries up somewhere. Okay? You get to learning how to go get your size here, your meat here. That's when you get to doing that old people shit. Finding your coupon book and shit. Who? You better find that shit. Hell yeah, I'll be D 50 cent off. Yes. Give me all of that. Kroger carded. Put the phone number in. Save some ducats. If it tell me I save less than $2, I am mad. I'm up here like, what is this? Y'all didn't even save me nothing. The hell? Anyway. Right. So, in my opinion, the middle class has it harder, even though I know the ones that make $31,000 a year and under would like to say that they have it the hardest, but you have all these available additional resources that assist you, that everyone of another economic status doesn't qualify for. And those that are rich don't care that they have to pay it because they got it. But those in the middle get broke right back down to making way less than that $31,000 a year by the time you factor in. Hell, once they pay their rent for the year, they already drop down to under that $31,000 a year mark. If they start off even at 40, because even at 32, that's considered now you roll into something else. Like, who told you that I had it like that? And depend on how many kids you have. 30 something is like for one person to survive off of. For the year, that's $3,000 a month. How you supposed to survive off of $3,000 a month? Trying to buy somebody diapers and pay for some daycare and a car note and pay for some $1,000 rent, and then you want to tell me people want to lose shoes and babies want to throw away pacifiers and milk want to run out and bottles want to happen, and then that's if you don't. And people want to grow in things and outgrow clothes. Like, who told them to do that? That made you taking your ass back to the store with whatever money that you supposed to be getting this from, with or without a co-parent or their assistance. It's got to happen, ain't it? So if you're supposed to do all this, hopefully you have somebody with an additional income to help you out with that. Because, honey, it could get for real. Just letting you know. Okay? So, in my opinion, the middle class has it the worst. I think that they need to extend the bracket for those that should be able to get assistance, maybe on a sliding scale kind of thing, because everyone is not equal. It shouldn't just cut off at a certain thing. I think it should go by expenses as well, because some people have more expenses than others. Just saying. My thoughts, personal thoughts. All right, and thank you for tuning in. This is La La Madness. Follow me on YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitter, Instagram at La La Madness, and on Facebook at The La La Madness. All right, holla back.